यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतिरावनचारी यशोदनन्दना व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतिरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayam tiraye Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati ruttama-shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, Narada's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam, text number 17. Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer Bhajan apakvo tapatet tato yadi Yatra kva vabhadra abhudamusya kim Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer Bhajan apakvo tapatet tato yadi Yatra kva vabhadra abhudamusya kim Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer Bhajan apakvo tapatet tato yadi Yatra kva vabhadra abhudamusya kim Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha Bhajanapakvo tapatet tato yadi Yatra kva Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha Tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam hare Bhajanapakvo tapatet tato yadi Yatra kva vabhadram abhudamusya kim Ko varta apto bhajatam swadharmataha Keyword word meaning Tyaktva, having forsaken, Swadharmam, one's own occupational engagement, Charana Ambujam, the lotus feet, Harehe, of Hari, the Lord, Bhajan, in the course of devotional service, Apakvaha, immature, Ata, for the matter of, Patet, falls down, Tataha, from that place, Yadi, if, Yatra, whereupon, Kva, what sort of, Va, or, used sarcastically, Abhadram, unfavorable, Abhut, shall happen, Amushya, of him, Kim, nothing, Kaha, Kahava Artaha, what interest, Aptaha, obtained, Abhajatam, of the non-devotee, Swadharmataha, being engaged in occupational service. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. One who has forsaken his material occupations to engage in the devotional service of the Lord may sometimes fall down while in an immature stage, yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. On the other hand, a non-devotee though fully engaged in occupational duties, does not gain anything. Purport. As far as the duties of mankind are concerned, there are innumerable duties. Every man is duty bound not only to his parents, family members, society, country, humanity, other living beings, the demigods, etc., but also to the great philosophers, poets, scientists, etc. It is enjoined in the scriptures that one can relinquish all such duties and surrender into the service of the Lord. Um, so, if one does so and becomes successful in the discharge of his devotional service unto the Lord, it is well and good. But it so happens sometimes that one surrenders himself unto the service of the Lord by some temporary sentiment, and in the long run, due to so many other reasons, he falls down from the path of service by undesirable association. There are so many instances of this in the histories. Bharat Maharaj was obliged to take his birth as a stag due to his intimate attachment to a stag. He thought of the stag when he died. As such, in the next birth, he became a stag, although he did not forget the incident of his previous birth. Similarly, Chitraketu also fell down due to his offense at the feet of Shiva. But in spite of all this, the stress is given here to surrendering unto the lotus feet of the Lord. Even if there is a chance of falling down, because even though one falls down from the prescribed duties of devotional service, he will never forget the lotus feet of the Lord. Once engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, one will continue the service in all circumstances. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that even a small quantity of devotional service can save one from the most dangerous position. There are many instances of such examples in the history. Ajamila is one of them. Ajamila in his early life was a devotee, but in his youth he fell down. Still he was saved by the Lord at the end. Om Ajnanatimirandashnyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraha Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha namo mahavadanyaya krishna prema pradayate krishnaya krishna chaitanya namne gauratvishe namaha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So we see, it is good that the shloka did not come up on Sunday. So many new people also must be there. New boys must be there. So it is good that it has come in front of practicing devotees. It is nice to understand the shloka. It has a lot of background. We have been studying this particular section that Vyasadeva is being chastised by Narad Muni because he has detailed out how to do the material sense gratification in a legal way, by the way of dharmic execution of varnashrama duties. And here Narada Muni is the particular point that has been discussed is that Vyasadeva is not satisfied after doing all these things. So ultimate satisfaction, which has been established in the beginning of the Bhagavatam, that Savai pum samparo dharma, yato bhakti radokshaje, ahaitukiya pratihata, ye atma suprasidati. If one has to be satisfied, so he has to come to his original position, that is uninterrupted, unmotivated devotional service unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So anything less than that, will definitely create some kind of dissatisfaction in the heart, because we are not in our original position. And here that has been substantiated by this pastime. So Vyasadeva, though he described the glories of the Lord, he described the chanting of the names of the Lord, he described all the things, many things in connection with the Lord in the Vedic scriptures, but it has not been described in a way that is uninterrupted and unmotivated. So chanting the names of the Lord and approaching the Lord for what purpose? Because he is the boss and he can give me something, and things like that. Many people approach, a CEO or a chairman is there, like many people approach him. So an ordinary employee approaches him and then appeases him, to get a hike in the salary. And there is, his maybe his relatives appeases him, to get some favor. But there may be some relation, like his mother or somebody who is just, trying to take care of him. So only for his welfare, right? So there are so many different people, they actually approach the Supreme Lord. They glorify the Supreme Lord, but for different purposes, right? So, here also the glorification is offered, but not for exclusive satisfaction of the Lord, with the Vedic process, that is like the glorification of the Lord is offered so that, if you want something, he is the one who can, fulfill all your desires. You should go to him and you should glorify him and achieve whatever you want. That's the way in which the Vedic system, the Varnashrama system is actually described about. So, but then that is not going to satisfy the soul completely. So the dharma alone is not going to satisfy the soul completely. Even the jnana, which is like trying to attain liberation, from the material bondage, even that is not going to satisfy the soul completely. So only thing that will satisfy the soul completely is exclusive, description of the Lord, exclusive rendering of service of the Lord. So that is the thing that will satisfy the soul. So from that point of view, he is categorically mentioning that this particular portion of the scriptures must be written. So that is exclusive glorification of the Lord and exclusive devotional service to the Lord. So here it is talking about Tyaktva Swadharmam Charanam Bhujam Hare. So this is in the whole of the Vedic system. So very hardly we'll hear about giving up the Swadharma. Giving up the Swadharma is not anywhere. If you see it's always it is Dharma Samsthapanarthaya. Krishna also tells that why he has come, for the purpose of establishing Dharma. That is the general code of this one. So what is that? If anybody is maintaining a house or an organization or something like that, so and he is the beneficiary of the whole this one, for example company's owner, so he is the enjoyer of all the profits that is going to come from the company, and he will not go and peaceful operation of the whole company. There is things are set up. There is a chain of actions that are set up, one after another it has to happen. If it happens like that, then the operation is smooth, and then you can produce nice output in that company, and finally he is going to enjoy the profit. So he will be a crazy person to come and disrupt the operations over there. So in the same way, Swadharma or the Varnashrama Dharma, it be basis for peaceful living in this world, peaceful existence in this world, and nobody would like to, and especially the Supreme Lord would definitely not like to disturb the Swadharma. So otherwise it will be chaotic. What it means to be if Swadharma is not followed, or if Varnashrama is not there, what will be the condition? So that condition is already Pratyaksha Roop. We are able to have darshan of it. So it's very horrible. Very, very horrible condition. maybe we are living inside it, so we may not find it horrible. So, but then like people, in the Dwapar Yuga and all, like they used to be very much terrified, very much horrified to hear the word Kali Yuga. So we are peacefully living in this, this one. So like, so we must also be horrible actually. Otherwise we cannot live in this horrible situation. So like, so it's very horrible to imagine a situation, without following of Swadharma. So like, so here it is talked about giving up Swadharma. So it is very rare and it is not very commonly spoken about. In ISKCON, within ISKCON, so this is commonly spoken about, and sometimes without proper adhikar also this is commonly spoken about. But it has a lot of background to it. So now, like two reasons, somebody gives up Swadharma. So one is like for following adharma, and also another is to follow parodharma. So like if you are living in this world, must follow the varnashrama duties. Swadharma must be followed. So if they don't follow, they will go into sinful bracket and they will become more and more like deeply engrossed into the miserable existence of the material world, not the very happy existence in the material world. So, but then the happy existence in the material world is also not the all in all. So one has to go back to the spiritual world. So for that again he has to give up the Swadharma. So like to sink into the lowest regions of material existence, one has to give up Swadharma, and to get back to the spiritual world also he has to give up Swadharma. So two reasons, like this is a nice thing. There's like a family bondage. It's a very nice thing. It will not allow a person to do sinful activities. It is protecting him. That is why it is called as like fort. The fort actually protects a person from getting into sinful actions and things like that. But the very same fort will also stop him when he wants to dedicate his life for Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada tells that husband is telling to the wife that it's like they are old already, like 60 years, 70 years or something like that. Whole life, I served you, I gave you everything, I took care of you nicely. So now, like, you all family members, give me permission that I want to dedicate my life for, this one, serving the Lord. Life, kuch bacha nahi hai, but jo bhi bacha hai, like, I want to dedicate my life in the service of the Lord. So then what will the wife tell? What does Prabhupada say? तुमने क्या किया अभी तक? कुछ नहीं किया, है ना? So like अभी करने के लिए बहुत कुछ बाकी है. So like that, she will give big list of things to be done actually. So in this way, the Swadharma is very nice in terms of protecting the living entity, not going into the sinful action. But the same Swadharma also come into like as a obstacle, when we progress towards progress towards attaining the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is very essential, like one has to start his Krishna conscious practice along with Swadharma. So it is not possible for anybody to start off directly, very, very rare, like somebody starts off directly into devotional service. Anybody? Example? Straight away. Sudhru Maharaj, like his initial practice itself, started off with Kevala Bhakti. Mrigari also, he started off, fully, this one of Mrigari ko, it is not possible for him to start off with Swadharma because such an, like why? Because it is also very technical to understand. Like, to follow the Varnashrama Dharma means one has to be dharmic, one's thought process has to be dharmic. So one has to be naturally inclined towards following rules and regulations. Like if I have to do something, immediate thought process is, how is it to be done? Like how this particular action to be done? Whether it be sleeping or eating or whatever it may be. How it is given in the scriptures. What is the rules and regulations, like guiding this particular activity. So always that thought process of like following of rules, what is the legal thing that needs to be done. So especially in Kali Yuga, why this Varnashrama is been criticized or it's been told that it is not practical and things like that. Because like we are trained from childhood that no traffic में खड़ा है like no तो अगर नो पुलिस नहीं देख रहे तो लाइक नो थोड़ा सा ब्रेक कर लो, नो सिग्नल ब्रेक करके चले जाओ, एंड नो उधर नो कैमरा नहीं लगे है तो नो चले जाओ, एंड देन नो वेर एवर पॉसिबल नो जितना भी लाइक जुगाड़ कर सकते हैं, तो वो जुगाड़ का नो संस्कार लगा हुआ है नो. सो इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट नो फॉर नो पीपल टू थिंक ऑन द धार्मिक लाइन्स. नो लाइक धार्मिक existence means whether anybody sees or not, no, whether anything is there or not, no, still I will stand in this one. If light is red, I will stand, no. So that is this one. So that is like, if that kind of a pravriti, if that kind of a thought process is there, so he is eligible to be put in the varnashram system, no. He is eligible, otherwise वो बंदा eligible ही नहीं है varnashram के अंदर डालेंगे कुछ, no, he'll be frustrated and suffocated actually. So no, बैठना है तो rules, उठना है तो rules, no, लेटना है तो rules, no, सब जगह पे rules, and no, he doesn't have taste for rules, no, then he will be like suffocated. So this is like, such kind of rules and regulations is very very beneficial for the living entity in this material world. So because no, we don't know, like no, somebody may say okay fine, I was standing in the traffic signal and then मैंने देखा था like light तो red है, but then चारों तरफ देखा कोई नहीं आ रहा है, तो मैं गया, suddenly कोई आ गया, no, accident हो गया. So this is like, no, what is a moral of this? We don't know from where what will come. No, but there is some rule is there. If you follow the rule, you will be safe. No, if you follow the rule, you will be safe. And if everybody follows the rule, we'll be safe. No, so basically, so no, varnashram is also not like one person following rules. It's a community together actually following rules. No, so that is why it is not a individual practice. So bhakti yoga can be practiced individually. No, but varnashram cannot be practiced individually. It has to be practiced as a community actually. So because give and take is there, like no, everybody must actually follow the rules and regulations. So here such a strong solid, it is like saying no, त्यक्त्वा स्वधर्मम means like what, तो आज like सारा ट्रैफिक सिग्नल का नो लाइट सब निकाल दो, तो उसके बाद क्या होगा, लाइक एक्सीडेंट होगा तो क्या बात है, लाइक नो होने दो. तो वही चीज लिखा है श्लोक में. सो नो वचन अपक्व तो पतित ततो यदि, नो. सो दिस इज टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट if you want to take off flight, no, take off on a flight, so then what's the point of no, like seeing all these traffic signals and things like that, no, flight to upar ud jayega, so like that. So it's something of that sort, no. So but in general, like this is also one nice thing is mentioned, tyaktva swadharmam charanambujam harer. So for what purpose swadharma has to be given up? So like only for the purpose of exclusive engagement in the devotional service. No rest, no other case swadharma can be given up. So like one has to be engaged in a swadharma, like no, in other cases, even if a person is thinking that I will practice Krishna consciousness for 3-4 hours a day, so then he must practice the swadharma. No, without that there is no allowance for anybody to break that rules and regulations. No, like everywhere there is some rules and regulations that is governing. No, first of all, we are living entities, we are part and parcel of the Lord, and we must be engaged or we must be under the shelter of the Lord, either under the material energy or spiritual energy, right? So if you are there under the shelter of material energy, so then we must follow this swadharma. No, we must follow the rules and regulations. We are not independent. We are dependent living entities. So we must follow the rules and regulations. So the rules and regulations are either karma dharma, jnana dharma, or bhakti dharma. So that's the rules and regulations that is available. So if we don't follow any of these things and spontaneous materialism if we are doing, so then that is kind of adharma, right? So that is punishable, right? So like legal things, if you take a legal thing, if you start studying the scriptures as a legal document, so then it talks about, so minimum to minimum at least you must follow swadharma. So usse niche kuch bhi authorized nahi hai. So that is to give up the lower dharma is possible only if we take up higher dharma, and only if we take up higher dharma in full. No, there is no partial this one. No, only full. So that is why it is mentioned that Prabhupada also quotes that shloka in a modern language. He mentions that as far as duties of mankind are concerned, there are innumerable duties. Every man is duty bound, not only to his parents, family members, society, country, humanity, other living beings and demigods, but also to great philosophers, poets, scientists, etc. So what is this shloka? Deva Rishi Bhutapta Nrinam Pitrinam Naim Kinkarana Rinicha Rajan Sarvatmano Yasharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Parihirta Kartum. So like Deva, Rishi, Bhuta, Apta, Nrina, no, Pitru, no, so many different personalities are mentioned. So it means if we are living our life now, so we have contributions from so many people. So we cannot be ungrateful, no, to the contributions that is rendered to us. So like, no, generally like in this world it is, things are tuned for self, what is that? One's own like selfish ambitions, no? Like what is in it for me, no? कोई भी कितना भी मेरा लाइफ में इन्वेस्ट किया, लाइक नो दैट इज ओके, नो उनको जो करना था कर लिया, तो नो अभी नो आई हैव टू चूज लाइक नो व्हाट आई एम सपोज्ड टू डू, लाइक नो व्हाई शुड आई नो थिंक अबाउट इवन आस्किंग लाइक नो what somebody has invested in me, like no, what do you want, like what do you want me to do? No, it is not that, like I want to do this and I will do this. No, this is what is the whole, this one is there. So in that, this Vedic culture is all about like considering the investment of various people that is there. So Deva, no, like the demigods, no, they are giving sunshine, no, like rains and water and no whatnot, like everything. Rishis, no, they have given the good instructions. If the rishis have not documented these instructions, no, how we can even follow Varnashrama or Jnana or Bhakti? No, nothing we can follow. So like it is, no, we are indebted to them. Bhuta, like this one, other living entities, Apta, relatives, and then Nrinam, so like human beings, other human beings, and then Pitru, the forefathers, no? So like all of them have certain contributions, so like amazing contributions are there. Actually in that purport, in that shloka purport, it is mentioned about that even if you enjoy, no, like a bird chirping in the, this one in the morning, no, so nice sound, you become indebted to that bird. So like you have to pay back, you know. So that is why, no, Bhuta Yajna, like, you know, this one, what is that, like different yajnas are there, no, like for a karma yogi, like a person who is following varnashrama, so he is supposed to keep grains for the birds, he is supposed to feed the other human beings, he is supposed to take care of the guests, and he is supposed to take care of so many things, like no, everywhere he is getting contribution, no, to live. He also has to contribute back into the society like that. So that is the way like the varnashrama system is actually designed. So now all these debts can be absolved, a person can be absolved from all these debts only if he takes complete shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No? Gato Mukundam Parahirta Kartum. So that is very, very essential. So without that, no, if he is anywhere short of complete surrender unto the Supreme Lord in executing of no Bhakti Yoga without any interruption, then he must follow the Swadharma. There is no choice of he leaving Swadharma, no, if he is not fully engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord. So why? Because if you are not fully engaged in service of the Supreme Lord, what you will be doing rest of the time? Sense gratification. And the moment you do sense gratification, so you are dependent on all these personalities. No, your sense gratification is not just happening, no, just because of you and your sense objects. No, like the sense objects, to get that sense object, so many, no, like for example, if you want to eat, so if you want to eat, that no, grains are needed, and for grains water is needed, so demigods have got involved in it. And then so many other living entities, like no, some insects might have no pollinated that, no, and then so many other living entities would have helped in this whole process, and some human beings have cultivated that, no, and things like that. So just by accepting a food, no, you are indebted to so many people, no, which is there in the cycle. No, not just simply paying money for the rice and getting it. No, it is not just covers the whole price of the rice that you are getting. No, you have to pay back even more, right? So all those things are there. No, like if you want to enjoy sense gratification, immediately all the debts become activated. And the moment you become like you want to completely dedicate your life for the service of the Lord, all these debts become absolved, because no, you are paying the root debt, no, like the original debt that you are paying. So in that way, so that becomes logically also, you see, no, this is this one. So, and how to pay back these debts? No, if at all, no, somebody on the realm of, not in the realm of complete devotional service, how to pay back these debts? So that is detailedly described in the form of Varnashrama duties. No, so by following one's Varna and Ashrama duties, so just like, no, we don't know like to whom all we have debts, no, but then simply like by following the Varnashrama duties, you like patch up all the debts. Just like, you know, in the traffic, you don't know like which direction who is coming. No, by simply following the red light, green light symbol, no, you are taken care of, right? So in the same way, here also when Varnashrama duties are properly followed, so that the debts are properly, no, taken care of. Or otherwise, no, one has to completely surrender into the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, right? So like this bhajan, what is mentioned, it's a bhakti or a bhajan is a very, very high subject, a very high topic. So like in the Varnashram, everybody is expected to do the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and things like that, to minimum extent at least. So but then when he starts developing taste in that particular this one, and when he starts depending on that process itself, no, for his sustenance and maintenance, so then that becomes, that can be qualified to be called as bhajan, no. Otherwise, like a karma yogi also has to do Shravanam, Kirtanam and things like that without any attraction to the process, no, without any attraction to the process, and he is doing it because his Varnashrama duties, whatever he is doing, that will bear its fruit only if he does the Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Without that, no, Varnashrama duties will not bear its fruit, no. So because it is dependent on bhakti, no, Varnashrama, the karma yoga is also dependent on bhakti. So like that is why the angas of bhakti is there everywhere, no, that is mandatory to be followed by every living entity, every human being, no, like without any this one, without any what is that, relaxation. So here when it talks about bhajan, it talks about no, chanting with attachment, no, like doing things with attachment, or no, like doing this like Navavida Bhakti or Angas of Bhakti, no, 24/7, no, that kind of a bhajan is actually mentioned over here. And for that, like no, one gives up the Swadharma and then he takes up to bhajan, and we see that it is quite in the general process of advancement in the Vedic system. There is no question, or very rarely the question arises of one falling down. No, fall down itna jada no baat mein hota hai, no, Vedic system mein. So why? Because he is doing his karma yoga for many lifetimes, no, maybe thousands of lifetimes, and then he evolves, and then he gets into jnana yoga. He performs that for no bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. So that also he performs for many, many lifetimes, and then no, comes to dhyana. Then no, he gradually elevates, and then he is like solidly like taking one step after another, one step after another. No, he's going like, no, solidly he is actually going. So and it takes many lifetimes, and in the Vedic system, so this many lifetimes is very comfortably accommodated, and everybody knows that they're going through many lifetimes, and they're making gradual advancement and things like that. And but then, so when somebody like takes up to bhajan, it is actually a skip level. No, it is, a person is skipping many thousands of lifetimes, no, ahead, and then no, he's no, like he's trying to do something. And udhar to khatra to ho sakta hai, no, it is like there is so much of danger that can be there, because your consciousness and your system, your subtle body is not trained, no, for this dharmic lifestyle and for this no attachment to the Supreme Lord and things like that. So there is all chances there. No, your vasanas and your basic make is of sense gratification, and you know, you are trying to do devotional service, no, like exclusive devotional service. It becomes very, very dangerous actually. It's very dangerous. It is not so normally advised in the Vedic scriptures, no, because of the corrupt system. So anytime the sense gratificatory thought may again pop up, and then anytime it may just end up in some like very bad situation and things like that. So that we often see also, like people who take up to like intense practice of Krishna consciousness, sometimes they may fall from the path, like and Prabhupada sometimes like devotees asked Prabhupada that this one, so many of our this one followers, they fell down, for the prey of Maya and things like that. So this person, went because of some scientific, this one, moon landing ka issue ka wajah se, like, ek banda chala gaya. And then, one servant of Prabhupada, like, he could not accept the moon landing philosophy. So, like, Prabhupada was very critical about it. Like, no, human beings cannot go to moon. No, it is not possible. And this person could not handle. No, he was personal servant of Prabhupada, and he left. Some normal, basic sense gratificatory desires and things like that. And when it was told to Prabhupada, Prabhupada told, "अरे, like, तुमको क्या पता, like, भक्ति कर रहे हैं भाई ये तो, so भक्ति में टिकना बहुत मुश्किल है, no, thousands of lifetimes skip करके, like, no, ऐसे smoothly चले जाएंगे आप, so it is very difficult, it is like very, very difficult, it is not an easy thing. So generally what happens, a person follows karma yoga, and his dharmic thought process is there, and gradually over a period of time jnana arises, and then once jnana arises, he starts giving up the this one, what is it, he life after life, he actually gets into sannyas ashram, and then he like practices very intensely, and then after many lifetimes, he actually gradually elevates. So first and foremost is to give up the sinful activities, and second is to give up sinful tendencies, and then next is to give up dharmic sense gratification, and the next level is to give up even the dharmic thought process, like goes off completely from this one dharmic sense gratification thought process itself, so like to give up illicit sex is one thing, and to give up thought of enjoying any woman other than one's wife, that is the next level, and to give up married life is even more next level of advancement, and to even think of what if I duly get married and then enjoy, like that. So that is like dharmic sense gratificatory thought, not even action, thought. So like that thought also has to be given up. And then will come that, liberation. The thought of liberation also has to be overcome, and then the thought of like all these things have to be overcome, and then he has to come to the point of bhakti where only thought is, what does Krishna want? So what does Krishna want? What he wants me to do? How can I be of service to him? So that should be the only thought. So that is called bhakti. That is like very sarva upadi vinirmuktam. Upadi means what Prabhupada says. So designations. I am this, I am that, and different things. And coming to the point of, if somebody asks like who are you? I am just a servant of Krishna. I am just expecting like, what does he want? And I am just eagerly waiting like, to do whatever he wants. That is called bhakti. That is the definition of bhakti. So it is to come to that point is very, very difficult. It's very difficult. It is not an easy task. So like, to practice the angas of bhakti are very simple. So, but then it is very simple. Like if we say, okay, fine, Krishna is the Supreme Lord and you have to serve, and you are servant, like aaj pata chal gaya, I am servant, I have to just serve Krishna. So, but then it is so difficult because वो आप जो बोल रहे हैं सही हो सकता है, but then like I am also there, I have to enjoy, and he also has to provide me for my enjoyment. He is the order supplier and I am the enjoyer, correct? No. He is the enjoyer and you are the supplier. वो तो philosophy तो सही है, but then like कुछ तो किधर तो I am not able to connect the things properly. So practically workout नहीं हो रहा है. So that is where the problem comes, like that is where the bhakti is very difficult because the philosophy is simple. Like if we accept the reality, it is simple. But then हमारा programming like बहुत गलत तरीके से हुआ है, like so, and then even if you like what is that complicate the process, like the varnashrama, you have to get sense gratification. So you have to not only do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, you have to do that definitely. After that, you have to like do the dharmic activities. After that, you have to pay tax, you have to take care of the birds, you have to take care of animals, you have to take care of all the this ones, and then you will get your sense gratification. Oh, acha hai. Like no, ye karunga main. No, so that is the this one. That is a dharmic person in the Vedic system. No, so sab kuch karunga. No, किस लिए? Sense gratification चाहिए. No, so like that. So in that way, we see that it is quite a lot of thing. No, that is there. So. In fact, I was just, in the morning, I was hearing one lecture of His Holiness Bhakti Rasamth Maharaj. So he was speaking to some devotees in Chennai. And he also happened to visit Chennai and recently. And there he was going to different Divya Deshams and all. And he was mentioning that like all these temples, like more or less they are built during the same time, 8th century or 9th century, like that. And Maharaj is telling that there are few temples which are nicely maintained, well maintained, and nice puja and things like that are going on. And one temple is not maintained and puja is not going on, and then even birds are going and like shitting and things like that. It's like a very bad state of existence. And in the nicely maintained temples, like very few people are coming. Very few visitors are coming for taking darshan and all. And this dilapidated temple, so many visitors, so many people are going there to take photographs and this and that and things like that. So it has become like it is not kept well. But then lot of people are going. And Maharaj was asking this question, that from this what we can understand? क्या समझ सकते हैं हम? हाँ? Ancient things, ruined things. तो जिधर भक्ति होगा तुरंत उधर से निकल जाएंगे. अगर वो वेल मेंटेन भी हो, भक्ति अगर अच्छे से हो रहा है मतलब लाइक भगवान का सेवा हो रहा है मतलब तुरंत लाइक ये तो कुछ तो अजीब सा है लाइक what kind of a thing is happening here, so but then even if it is bhakti is not happening, even if it is like completely in ruins and dirty and everything, वो उधर naturally attraction होता है. So that is what is this one that is we see in this one, that natural attraction for material things are there, even though bhakti may be simple, but it is not attractive for the common people. So because of the rust that is there, the iron is there and it is rusted, so it doesn't get attracted to the magnet, right? So but if this rust is cleared, so then the iron piece gets attracted to the magnet very nicely. So it is quite obvious that bhajan apakva, so this kind of an intense practice, all the time to think only of Krishna's desire. So there is no accommodation for my desire, there is no this one for what is it, आजकल social media में whatever you say it has some value, at least few people like and things like that. So abhi I have to give up everything. I have to just think of what Krishna wants and what the spiritual master wants, or what my authorities want, and I don't have any choice of what I want to do. So it is very difficult. It's very, very difficult. So then such a kind of this one, there is naturally chance that bhajan apakva, patet tato yadi. So he takes up to such kind of intense practice, and then he falls from the path. Yatra kva va abhadra abhudamusyakim. So like what kind of an abhadra? Whereupon what sort of abhadra shall happen? So yet there is no danger of his being unsuccessful. That is what Narad Muni is telling. So what is the danger in his being unsuccessful? So in that particular life, definitely he'll go through some kind of if he would have studied well, or if he would have did some nice this one, so all other of his colleagues will be earning a lot. He has probably at this point in time he's thinking, I wasted so many years in brahmacharya ashram or full time life. Abhi bahar aaya to like बाकी सब लोग ऊपर पहुंच गया, like I am just there नीचे and things like that. So that may be things may be there, but like you cannot imagine the power of the time spent in exclusive devotional service. The exclusive devotional service of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, It is so powerful, you cannot imagine. So he might, the other colleagues of his might have gone much higher in the social position, but this person has gone much, many lifetimes in the ultimate position, which the other person will take like, he might have become a millionaire in this life, and then after dying, like, he has to, his level of consciousness, that is what is the whole transaction that is happening. His level of consciousness is maybe a little bit more advanced or something like that. So, but this person who has performed full-time service, like for him, the level of consciousness has gone much more higher. So in the next lifetime, he will start from the point where he has left. So both these people, it is not that abhi bangla bana liya, like and car kharid liya, like society mein kuch naam ho gaya uska and things like that. What is the use? That's what Narad Muni is telling. What is the use? Ye banda to like thousands of lifetimes aage chala gaya. Right? So in this way, like we see that in a bigger picture. So Narad Muni and these preachers, they are seeing that how soon a living entity can be transferred back to his original home, the Vaikuntha or the spiritual world. So they are calculating from that equation, or from that this one, like from that perspective they are calculating. And if you take this one lifetime ka perspective, maybe it is a failure. तो ये बंदा तो like पूरा खो दिया, like it is, he has not done his rightful choice. Family will talk bad about it. So initially the family will tell that ki like don't join, and after joining few years, after that ये बंदा choose करेगा like again I want to get married. Family वाले बोले अरे like फिर से ये क्यों ऐसा कर रहा है, जो कर रहा है like peacefully करो ना, like क्यों अभी बाहर क्यों आना चाह रहे हैं. So like like it is for family members, it is quite difficult to convince the relatives, friends, everything like नहीं कुछ तो कर दिया, like ठीक है फिर भी like ठीक ही कर रहा है, तो फिर से वो बाहर आना चाहता है, तो like फिर से कन्विंस करना पड़ेगा हमको कि अब क्या कर रहे हैं. So उनको भी बहुत टेंशन होता है, like वो भी बोलते कि like अरे मत आओ भाई अभी इतना साल का बाद अभी so you will come back now and then you will get married and you will it is like what will we explain to the society now. So उसको एक और headache आ जाता है. And then for him also it is like sometimes the grass on the other side is always green. अभी कुछ इधर परेशान है, like उधर अच्छा है. हमेशा ऐसा ही like most of the times people also want to join brahmacharya ashram. क्यों? क्योंकि like आउटसाइड का लाइफ परेशान है तो इधर अंदर आ जाएंगे, तो अंदर आके इधर भी परेशान है तो इधर चले जाएंगे. So the life, the devotee has to come to some point that ki like like whether happiness or distress, I have to execute devotional service. It is not that like fair weather devotion. So like when things are good, I will execute devotional service. So come what may, I have to execute devotional service. That is something to be like taken up very seriously, right? So here we see that bhajan apakwa. So this is expected that this kind of fall off can happen. So because of the skip level practice that he has taken up. So for that it is very essential that people who are desiring to practice full-time devotional service, they have to be very this one about staying in association of devotees, and then constantly be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, because it is not a gradual progress, or it is something, it is, we don't have adhikar to enter into this, but because of the inspiration that we have got from Srila Prabhupada and other devotees. So we are taking a great risk and entering into that zone. So then we have to keep our association very strongly. We have to be engaged in missionary activities very strongly. And we have to always constantly think about the service of the Lord, and we have to somehow or other bind ourselves to like practice of Krishna consciousness very intensely. So otherwise it is not possible. Intense practice is not there. So then it is not possible to sustain in this ashram. Like full-time service is not an easy thing. One cannot sustain like that. So even if somebody does full-time service for some time, so this is even a very good very good thought process, like food for thought for even the devotees who are aspiring for a grahastha ashram. So they should at least try like 1 year, 2 year, or maybe like 6 months, 1 month, like no full-time service. No, they should try. So full-time service means it's simple. The logic is simple. No, 24/7 I should be engaged in the angas of bhakti. No, that's all. And if it can be performed in an ISKCON setup, it is even more nice, because the angas of bhakti which is designed by the acharya, no, like that is there. So not just Prabhupada, even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, no, like doubly like no verified. So very, no, two very powerful acharyas have designed this particular system. It is definitely, it is producing, it can produce very tremendous results. And especially during marathon time, if somebody joins full time, that is very good. Like one month I will join full time. No, so or 15 days I will join full time. No, so I'll just attend Mangalarati and like solid Bhagavatam class, solid evening also, like solid kuch to. No, the program should be like this. So morning program should be solid, evening program also should be solid. No, by the time of Gaur Aarti, the party should come back and they should do solid Gaur Aarti, and then again one more class, and then drink milk or whatever and sleep. And in between full time Sankirtan. If somebody does that for 1 month, उसके बाद तो उसका विकेट उड़ गया. तभी जाके भक्ति का टेस्ट मिलेगा. भक्ति मतलब क्या है? अदरवाइज लाइक इट इज भक्ति मतलब क्या है, लाइक पूरा लाइफ में सोचते रहेंगे कि भक्ति मतलब क्या है, लाइक कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा भक्ति क्या है. सो इट इज एसेंशियल दैट see bhakti, when it is performed in that particular way, so that actually gives such a solid, powerful this one. So everybody should aspire for this. There are in companies like sometimes people give in Western world, they use it a lot. For sense gratification in the Western world they use like अच्छे से कमाएंगे and things like that and all. And for what? हम हॉलीडे एंजॉय करना है. 6 महीना 1 साल कभी कभी लाइक छुट्टी मार के लाइक पूरा दुनिया घूमने जाएंगे. सो द वेस्टर्न पीपल आर लाइक कम से कम दे हैव अ दिस वन की लाइक क्यों कमा रहा है. कमा रहा है मतलब कुछ तो एंजॉय करना चाहिए. सो लाइक कमाने का मतलब ही नहीं होगा नहीं तो. सो लाइक दे पुट 6 months 1 year छुट्टी एंड देन एंजॉय. So Indians should actually take that advantage. 6 months 1 year छुट्टी डाल के like full time service करना चाहिए, है ना. So after that you get married, no problem. So marriage के पहले कम से कम we should have some experience of what it is. So at least somebody has an experience of that. So they will think that okay, जल्दी से जल्दी saving करना है, like family settle करना है and things like that, and again I have to become full time, right? So that idea will come. Otherwise like one will not get that idea at all. So intense practice of Krishna consciousness is very essential, right? So so this is the context in which Narad Muni is telling that what is a loss? What is a loss if somebody actually performs full-time service for even for some time, if they actually do that, and even if they fail in that practice, what is the problem? They make actually tremendous advancement in that period. So that has been highlighted about here. Till what time can you?
10-15 minutes.
Okay. If 10-15 minutes only is there, then I would like to take question answers. Otherwise, I'll read purport for some time. Okay. As far as the duties of mankind are concerned, there are innumerable duties. Every man is duty bound, not only to his parents, family members, society. So this thing we saw, that Deva Rishi Bhutapta, that is the thing. It is enjoined in the scriptures that that one can relinquish all such duties and surrender into the service of the Lord. So it is possible. That is legal. It is not illegal. Like otherwise, to give up Swadharma is illegal. It is sinful. So only reason we can give up Swadharma is to completely engage in the service of the Lord. No other reason we can. So if one does so and becomes successful in the discharge of his devotional service of unto the Lord, it is well and good. Banda bach gaya. So but it so happens sometimes that one surrenders himself unto the service of the Lord by some temporary sentiment, and in the long run, due to so many other reasons, he falls down from the path of service by undesirable association. There are so many instances. So Prabhupada is focusing upon like who all took up to devotional service. And if you see, the examples are Bharat Maharaj, and when he was engaged in full-time devotional service, it is not spoken about no, you'll see that no, the examples from there only we can actually understand. And he was attached to a deer, and then he got no sideline, and then next birth no he had to take as a deer. And then Chitraketu Maharaj, no, he also fell down. No, this is also a case where he was fully engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord, right? And so he will. But one thing that is mentioned. So because, a person who's engaged full time in the service of the Supreme Lord, even if he falls from his this one, he will never forget the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. No, that has been mentioned. So like Chitraketu Maharaj, one next lifetime, that's all. He just became Rudrasura, and then immediately in that lifetime he actually goes back. And then we have examples of Prabhupada. Today morning only I was hearing this lecture of Prabhupada, that Prabhupada was mentioning this thing that sometimes people stay in the dham, and then they perform illicit activities and things like that. So then it's an offense. Generally what happens, if you engage in the anga of bhakti, and then if you perform offenses, that is offensive bhajan. Offensive bhajan doesn't give you results, as desired. So it is almost like it is nam aparad stage. Very very feeble results actually you will get. So but then if somebody is doing a damvas, and then he is doing all sorts of illicit activities and things like that, so then he is given birth as like a pig or a dog or a monkey or something like that in the dham, in the dham itself. And then because damvas itself is one of the anga of bhakti, वो तो केवल भक्ति कर रहा है ऐसा तो so that itself is one of the anga of bhakti. It's very powerful anga of bhakti, panchanga bhakti, sadhu sanga nama kirtan bhagavata shravan mathuravasa, Srimurte Shraddhaya Sevan. So it's one of the powerful anga of bhakti, and he will take birth as a lower animal, and because of again touch of the holy dust of this one, the holy dham, so then they become purified within 1, 2, 3 lifetimes. Uska account khatam ho jayega aur back to God chale jayega. So it is like such a, this one Kevala Bhakti is such a powerful such a powerful tool that nobody can actually estimate the power of Kevala Bhakti. It's very very powerful, very powerful. So this millions of lifetimes, otherwise one has to do the process over many lifetimes. He has to keep doing this one. So Kevala Bhakti mein jaake gir bhi jao, kuch problem nahi. So it is I remember one boy, he is from Andhra, and Andhra mein its craze is there to go to this one abroad, especially US. तो ये बंदा इतना इंटेलिजेंट नहीं था, and he was very good in devotional service. He was doing nice devotional service, but इसमें material इसमें इतना intelligent नहीं था. And then parents he expressed his desire that I will do a small simple job, and I will do devotional service and all. Parents actually tied him up to a door and then bet him like anything. तुम टॉयलेट साफ करना है तो भी साफ करो, बट यूएस में जाके साफ करो. तुम कैसे भी करके उधर पहुंचना है तुमको. It was like this boy came and told, and it was like I was so sorry for that boy. लास्ट में यूएस पहुंच ही गया वो. पेरेंट्स ने भेज दिया उसको. So it is like very very pathetic situation, है ना. तो ऐसा ही इधर हम लोग भक्ति में भी बोलते हैं कि कैसे भी करो, कुछ भी करो, लास्ट में लाइफ के एंड में करो या शुरू में करो, कैसे भी करके केवल भक्ति करो. उसमें पहुंच जाओ, उसके बाद लाइफ सेटल है ना. So that is the thing that is sometimes devotees may think that why these people are all the time forcing about this particular thing, because it is the greatest auspicious thing for the living entity. Somehow or other, if we come to the point of executing Nirantara Bhakti, that is very very auspicious for the living entity, right? So and so in Bhagavad Gita it is said that even a small quantity of devotional service can save one from the most dangerous position. So even one day, if even one day or half a day or whatever it is, he does that. He thinks that this time only I am going to do like no devotional service, or he has made up his mind that like no exclusively I'll perform devotional service. Even for some time also, no, if that is done, no, he can avoid no most dangerous type of no position. So there are many instances of such examples in the history. No, Ajamal is one of them. Ajamal in his early life was a devotee, and in the youth he fell down, but still he was saved by the Lord at the end. So with this I pause today's discussion. Any questions, comments we can take? Yes, Prabhu. You are also from Andhra.
My parents forced me to go to USA. I didn't.
You did not go. Nice. Huh?
My brother is in USA.
That is sufficient.
Fortunately, Kevala Bhakti is possible only in Brahmacharya.
No, in any ways you can do. See, Kevala Bhakti, it even transcends this one of ashram. That is why it is mentioned that Grihe Tako, Bane Tako, Sada Hari Bole Dako. That means wherever you are, but your main occupation must be like only devotional service. Only devotional service and nothing else. And that is best done in this ashram is designed for that. So like in that way, like that is there. But otherwise, like one can be there in any situation. Like we have our congregation devotees preparing for being a good vanaprasthas, and they are like many of them are like how we make Gauranga Sabha kind of this one. So we are trying to make a Sabha there also. So like the Sabha of people who will quit the corporate job and come into full-time devotional service. So that is also possible. It's also possible, but we should be determined. We should know this one. The thing is that we have to be engaged in the angas of bhakti throughout the day. So that is the whole point.
So Prabhuji, like continuation was like Brahmacharya ashram. It's like submissiveness. You have to submit to your senior superiors. That we felt like a little difficult to follow. Like not everyone can be able to do. So submissively do whatever like not having feeling enough. And in Grihastha, I thought maybe thoda chal jayega. Now after this class we came out of that. Here also not possible.
Why?
But like you, there is no.
What so bad I told about Grihastha?
Like you don't have the.
Oh, okay. इतना rules follow करना चाहिए. हाँ, तो वो तो करना चाहिए.
मैंने ऐसे सोचा था तो इधर भी नहीं चलेगा उधर भी नहीं चलेगा
another option is adharma. वो तो सब कुछ चलेगा उसमें. कुछ ऐसा नहीं कि नहीं चलेगा. इन अधर्म ना बीच में भक्ति भी करेंगे वो कुछ नहीं बोलेंगे.
Kevala Bhakti, like Prabhuji, when you said that it's possible in Grihastha ashram also, but when we are doing job, it is not possible.
Yeah, so like that is why we see that we advise devotees to like do this one. See, one cannot do complete saving also. That is also kind of adharma. One has to contribute something for the missionary activities and things like that. So in that way, like contribution also must be there, and at the same time savings also must be there. So like the saving should be there in such a way that you plan your retirement sooner. So in that way, like you can again come to that, and in the process you should constantly having the prayers that when will that day come, when I'll completely engage in the service of the Lord, when will I develop taste for the angas of bhakti. If we don't develop taste for angas of bhakti, to do like 24/7 is a difficult thing. So like you either something you should like in the Krishna consciousness, either chanting you should like, or study of scriptures you should like, or teaching or book distribution, or something you should like in the Krishna consciousness, which like throughout the day also if you are asked to do, you should be able to do like that. So in that way you should try to develop some taste towards few of the angas of bhakti, and especially at least one of the primary anga of bhakti, that is the Panchanga Bhakti and things like that. And that too in the Bhagavad side, no? Like deity worship comes under the Pancharatrika side, no? Like if in the Bhagavad side, like Shravanam Kirtanam, no, if you develop, primarily if you develop attachment to Shravanam and Kirtanam, so then, no, that is very, like very good factor to sustain, no, in the Kevala Bhakti. Intense prayers are essential.
One small note, like when one follows the Swadharma and gradually progresses towards Bhakti, then his consciousness is, his subtle body is also trained and it is changing gradually.
No, that is over many lifetimes. No, when we are talking about in one lifetime switching the tracks of entering into following Swadharma and then giving up. So this is also like quite a fast track. No, you are skipping millions of lifetimes. No, this is also very, very fast track. No, so but the thing is like for Bhaktivinoda Thakur generally advises that one takes up Swadharma and then eventually switches to Kevala Bhakti. No, like that. So that's a if what is it? Very, very few people are advised to give up Swadharma completely and enter into Brahmacharya ashram. So like, or not even advised. No, we stopped even advising. If somebody is mad after it, no, you come. Otherwise, you don't come. Otherwise, the person will make us mad actually later. so it is like no. But this is also quite fast. No, this is also not a slow. This one, it's also very, very fast. No, because in the same lifetime, no, you are planning to do Kevala Bhakti and planning to finish the business. No, it is very, very fast track. No, it's very fast track, and this is not a track which is going to give you that gradual advancement and then things like that. This is also skip level only. This is also not a stable level. It's also skip level only. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
This purport, Ajami's example has been given, and we understand that what we listen that it is not bhakti he was calling totally karmkand. So how Lord has saved us in this example Prabhupada is putting here in chapter of Ajami.
Yeah. So, like even if you give up the practice of this one, he was a dharmic person. He was following varnashrama and stuff like that. He was doing his nitya karmas and things like that. So, but here the case was somehow the Lord was very pleased with some service of Ajamil, like and he got opportunity that some sadhus came and then they asked the child to be named in a particular way and things like that, and eventually he went on to become this one. So it is very, very exceptional case. Generally this kind of a favor is offered for like in the cases of people who have dedicated completely. So for them it is not a one-off case. It is like permanently, like SI, like kuch, if he falls within few lifetimes, gin chun ke like 2-3 lifetimes aisa, yeah, within very few lifetimes they are planned to send back to the spiritual world. So but then for these kind of things it is quite rare. There are things like that that haram wala, this one also you might have heard, Narsimha Puran or Varaha Puran, somewhere it is given. So like one person, like he's answering nature's call, Yavana, and then a pig, wild boar actually comes and pokes him, and then he dies. So and then he sees that he is dying because of attack of a pig. And even the Yavanas, like pig is considered to be like untouchable. So like marna hai to marna hai, like iska haath se marna hai kya? So like and he was telling haram, and then he chanted the names of, then उसका liberation मिल गया. So ऐसा तो वो वाला चीज भी है, like this is all like very, very exceptional category. It is not the general category that is been mentioned, but the cases of the people who dedicate full time their life in this devotional service, for them it is the Lord acts very much. The Lord acts very much, and for them it's few lifetimes the job is done. Like that.
And in both the cases, Haram and this one, how Navabhas are liberation stage thing, are at least severe by the Vishnu Dutta?
See, Namabhas is a state. It's also not a state that is easy to just कि like no आज नामाभास करूँगा like no नहीं हो सकता तो एक ही चीज़ हमसे हो सकता है कि नाम अपराध because that is doable. No, नाम अपराध means like you engage in the angas of bhakti and then you commit offenses. No, that's an entry level that anybody can attempt. No, but Namabhas and Shuddhanam has to be awarded. No, so has to be awarded. So it is not in our capacity to actually do that. So it is like Shuddhanam, so definitely it is to be awarded. So Namabhas also, like one has to avoid the sinful activities and then exclusively perform the angas of bhakti. So like that is quite a difficult proposition. It's not very easy to bring about that proposition. So like and somehow or other that Namabhas combination has occurred in that situation. And Ajamil could actually utter the names of the Lord in Namabhas state. So then it is like the result is liberation. So like he is absolved of one stroke में सारा पाप समाप्त हो गया उसका एक नामाभास का power है actually. So in that way like नामाभास is not something that we can plan. It has to be blessed upon actually.
So then he was engaged constantly in simple activities only. With his son he would have chanted many times the names. So in that case that in those names because he was
No, that is also considered to be Namabhas. No, because he didn't had any intention of taking any advantage of chanting the names of the Lord, material advantage or उसके लिए कुछ ये नहीं कर रहा था. So that is also considered to be a slighter version of Namabhas. And then he is when he chanted in the end, that is like very intense version of Namabhas actually. So he performed that.
In lecture you mentioned one point that Varnashrama we can't do one alone, others also have to follow, but Bhakti we can do. But we find doing Bhakti alone difficult. We need association, we need so many.
See, Bhakti can be performed alone. I am telling Bhakti can be performed. It is not that it is advised to us to perform. No? Objectively देखेंगे तो sadhu can be there anywhere and they can perform his bhajan. Shukadeva Goswami you find like wandering alone. So it is possible. But Varnashram में कुछ possible ही नहीं है. अब कितना भी बढ़िया है like you need to have a community to function actually. Varnashram requires give and take. So much of give and take is there in that system. So in the beginning stages like we also need the association, and in the later stages also association is there because now he has got the formula to connect with the Paramatma or the Supreme Lord. Always he is having association, chanting. He's feeling like if you tell a person like person like Shukadeva Goswami like why are you wandering without association? वो बोले like कब है? हम तो like हमेशा association में ही है. So like उनका language आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा. So they are always in association, but externally you may not find no association, right? And in fact in the Bhagavatam it is like question is raised. ये बंदा तो like कभी एसोसिएशन में रह रहता है, ये 7 दिन किसी के साथ कैसा बिताया? तो वो ऑपोजिट क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं. Right? So that is this one I was mentioning. If it is possible to perform bhakti alone, but it is not possible to perform varnashrama alone.
And you was mentioning that even if someone is not in full bhakti, he has to do some bhakti and some prescribed bhakti. But why not only prescribed bhakti and no bhakti?
Prescribed duties will not produce result. No, karma requires the support of bhakti to produce result. वो उसका बिना वो result नहीं निकलेगा.
That is how it is.
That's how it is. If you can do karma, jnana and bhakti. You can do jnana and bhakti, or you can do bhakti. This is the option. That's all. You cannot do karma without jnana and bhakti. It's not possible. If you have to do karma, you have to do jnana and you have to do bhakti. No, it is mandatory duties. No, that Vidwan Prabhu quoted that like this one in the 7th canto Bhagavatam. in the Varnashrama descriptions. No, it is there. So 30 mandatory duties of every living entity, every human being. So in that 9 are Navavida Bhakti and 21 are duties of Jnana. So that is mandatory duties. No, and top of it, if you do Varnashrama duties, you are called Karma Yogi. If you give up Varnashrama duties, only do Jnana and Bhakti, you are called Jnana Yogi. And if you give up Jnana duties, only do Bhakti, you are called Bhakti Yogi. Like that. So that's how it is. It has to be a package. This even Madhvacharya agrees upon, Ramanujacharya agrees upon, everybody, every Acharya agrees upon this. It is a package. Karma, Jnana, Bhakti. It's a package. Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful class. You mentioned that Namabhas is actually awarded. So, is there any way like to pray any Bhagavatam prayers are there so that one can...
See, Shuddhanam has to be like fully awarded. No, there is no chance of attaining Shuddhanam without that. Namabhas is like partially awarded, partially practiced. No, also. It is like, no, we are expected to practice things on the non-offensive stage. Like, no, the general devotees ka advice is that, no, you should actually practice devotional service in that level. So, like, the prayer is that, no, somehow or other, the offensive, this one goes off. And then we practice, no, Niraparada Bhajan. No, that is like, generally like, no, this is the category of this Namabhas kind of this one. So it is not that like any ordinary Tom, Dick and Harry can, no, just start off with Namabhas. It is quite difficult. So, but then, no, devotees are expected to practice, no, in that level, because already like by all these things, like, no, Krishna must be blessing you. And no, Krishna must be like, no, giving so much of empowerment and things like that. And through that, no, we should, no, execute without offenses. Bhakti without offenses.
So one has to get that causeless mercy, right? So for that we have to offer special prayers. Like you have always mentioned about standard prayers.
Standard prayers.
Yeah. So any standard prayers?
So like we see that Ajamilka prayers is very nice in this one. He mentions that, you know, what kind of a person I am. I've got involved in so many sinful activities and things like that. But now that I've got a chance, no, I want to perform bhakti, no, like exclusively. So he makes a prayer like that. And then few other prayers are also there, like nice prayers. No, especially, no, I get attracted to these kind of prayers, like where the people who are either in distressful situation, no, they're making a prayer, or no, वो बहुत खराब थे and अभी अच्छा बनना चाह रहे हैं, you know. And that kind of prayers is like, you know, very apt, very apt for us actually.
One more question, Prabhuji. You always emphasize Varnashrama, how it is very important to execute bhakti. So many of the times we come across people, they would argue that no, bhakti and Varnashrama are different. One can be in this. One is daily Varnashram system, another one is Varnashram system. So one can actually work in corporate and do favorable job, which is dharmic, and at the same time which maintains consciousness.
That is just makeshift. That's that makeshift. That's not Varnashram. It's a makeshift.
So how we can explain?
See, like now we don't have the setup, Varnashram setup. So like, because it needs a community, one person cannot practice. So we don't have that kind of setup. Very few places it is there. No, we also have a strong desire to start here also. So like that is very, very essential. And now to live in this corporate, this one is like, no, can you justify any job which is like non-sinful? It is very difficult.
Teaching job, some would say that teaching job is favorable with bhakti.
Teaching job, you are teaching what? Like, you know, it is atheistic things you are teaching. You know, you are teaching science without Krishna, you are teaching geography without Krishna. You know, like, what is geography without Varaha Avatar? No, like it is. So you are systematically removing, no, like Krishna from the system, and then no, you are teaching only the dead, no matter. So it is, no, it is not. It is not. So Varnashrama, the materialism also, like dharmic materialism means to acknowledge the Supreme Lord. So without that, it is not possible. So it is necessary to set up, and see, devotees, why we need to even talk of anything else apart from Daiva Varnashram. So like, no, that is the only thing that Acharyas have given us. No, we should talk only about that. And so like, it is possible like basically, if see, varnashram means it is not just like I am doing a sinless job. No, that is, if at all, if you are doing a sinless job, that means you have contributed to the well-being of the environment, you have contributed to the well-being of other living entities, no, other people and things like that. So it is, if you have you done that? No, you have not done that. So then how can you say like you are following varnashram? So it is not possible like that. So some techniques of that may be used, in the city life. So but that cannot be justified as we are following varnashram. No. So we may be like doing that stopgap solution, but we have to do the research for the actual project, and we have to move in, that kind of this one. The acharyas, whatever they have given, even I also had a lot of desire for setting up Goshala and that kind of things and all I was having. So then I was discussing with Bhakti Rasant Maharaj, and he was telling that, so okay, you will have Goshala, and then the cows, every year it will give birth and the herd will increase. Now how will you take care? So obviously you are going to put some employees, and you are going to take care like that. But cow is our master. We have to personally serve the cow. No, devotees have to serve the cow. It is not that devotee keeps the cow and then puts an employee to take care of the cow. So that is not the way. And that's, do you see that kind of a thing in the Bhagavatam? So like, Krishna was maintaining cows and he personally was serving. And Yashodamaya was personally serving the cows. So like, will you just keep the cows and keep some labor to take care? And then say like, I'm go raksha kar raha. I'm go bhakta hai. And things like that. No, that is not the way a devotee is expected to practice. No, it is like if you have cows, that means so many families have to shift there and they have to take care of the cows. And then if you ask like, how will the maintenance happen and things like that, you should have that kind of faith that if I follow the varnashrama duties of agriculture, cow protection and things like that, I will be taken care of. If you think that, this is just a side business and my main business is to work in corporate and I will do this, side business, not side business, I'm just protecting cows and things like that. I don't depend upon this one. So the Vedic system is that if you follow this varna and ashrama duties, if I feed the birds, or if I if I take care of all the necessary things that is there, I'm not just simply eating, I'm taking care of all other living entities also, and I'm doing that varnashrama properly, that thing is going to take care of me. That is my maintenance. That is my maintenance. Through following those rules and regulations, I will be maintained. That faith must be there actually. So that is when that becomes a proper varnashram actually. So I don't depend upon that. I'm just doing some look-alike varnashrama duties. So, but for dependence, I'm depending on corporate jobs. So then it will not work out.
So one is Daivi Varnashrama, which is centered around Krishna or Vishnu, and another one is Varnashram.
Another one is Asura Varnashram, which Hiranyakashipu followed, and they also followed Varnashram. Only two is there. ठीक है. Asura Varnashram, we are not supposed to. Asura Varnashram में practice करना है तो corporate में ही चले जाओ भाई. तो अभी, anyway you have to glide down only. Then Varnashram follow करके क्यों glide down करना है? ऐसे ही glide down करेंगे. ऊपर जाना है तो like कुछ करेंगे. ठीक है. हरे कृष्ण. जयंत राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय.